Alrighty, day number 7. We are 1 week into the vinyl challenge, so things are going pretty good. There's day 6. If you want to click on it, go back one video. What I'll talk about real quick though is that, and I don't know if anybody's been noticing, there's not going to be anyone here, but there'll be one tomorrow that you can go back. You can go forward actually. So really, if you want to start at the beginning and go forward, you certainly can. One thing I wanted to talk about was my what's really funny is my record player. We finally the turntable kind of bit it last night. So over the last couple days, it's been kind of like running a little bit. Like I noticed it would slow down and then it would sort of like speed up, go back up to speed. I could never play like anything at 45 or like 7 inches or anything like that. So I pretty much in true audiophile fashion, of course I had a backup. Come on, let's be serious. And so I hooked it up. It was like something I got at the thrift store near us here. It was like a Technics or Techniques, however you want to pronounce it, turntable, just sort of like a standard direct drive. So really cool. I've been going through a lot of 7 inches this morning. Like I said, today's usually my day that I do like record shopping all day. So I was a little worried about it, but I'm feeling all right. I mean, I made a week in here, so like it's like made a week. Of course, I can go for the rest of the month. So really been devouring the collection quite a bit. Checked in with Jeff Record Man because I talked to him about the challenge and all that, and he said he's sort of scaling back himself, which is kind of good to hear. So I think it's always got to keep that in check. So, but of course, as some of you know, my relapse. The first week of October, there's a big record show in Pittsburgh. So, kind of like Intervention. You know how they always like if you watch Intervention on A&E, they always say like the people, and it's like, oh, they went to the treatment, and then it's like at the very end, it's like, oh, they're just right back doing what they're doing. So you can bet your record collection on it that's going to happen to me. So it's all in good fun. But like I said, just something so I could kind of get some time to absorb my collection and all that. So what I want to talk about today is a 1967 classic, Traffic, Mr. Fantasy. This is a second pressing, or else it would say Heaven Is in Your Mind at the top of it. So really cool album. It's an interesting album because the US and the UK, they do vary quite a bit. Kind of like the Beatles and the Stones albums did. This is the UK one, so it's something that you may be a little more familiar with that cover than the other one. So there it is right there. Both have been reissued on CD with like the bonus tracks. The original, the US pressing, basically it deletes 2 Dave Mason songs. I Hope I Never Find Me There, and I think the other one's Utterly Simple. They put them back on if you get this like the reissue pressing of it on CD. But they add the UK singles, so Hole in My Shoe, Paper Sun, Smiling Phases, those cool. I mean, those are just awesome, totally awesome songs. What's really weird about the US pressing is that each of the songs sort of have this little snippet of Here We Go Around the Mulberry Bush between it, where the UK version is just, it's just basically, the song ends and it's another song, which makes that very strange. I don't really know why they did that. And then also, the very last song on here, We're a Fade, You Miss This. It's actually the version of Paper Sun on the album. On this one, it kicks off the album. It's sort of edited a little bit, kind of edits to a fade, and then actually the We're a Fade, You Missed It is actually the fade in and then the end of the song. So very, very weird. You gotta love, 60s excess and to the experimentation and all that to choose and do all kinds of stuff. So this is a really cool album. Has a lot. It's a little bit different than Traffic's later period, but I think it is sort of the it's sort of the blueprint for Traffic on what they would do. There's a lot of sitar in this. Pretty much when this album came out, Dave Mason had left the band, but he had later, he came back. So the original, the UK version of it actually has a picture of Dave Mason on it, as well as Jim Capaldi and Chris Wood. So this one just Dave Mason is not in it, obviously. Cool thing about Traffic too is they came from Steve Winwood, of course. I really don't need to say too much about him, went on and did Blind Faith with Eric Clapton. Had a fairly successful solo career, and even into the 80s, he had quite a few songs. He was, in the Spencer Davis Group previously to this. Jim Capaldi was in a band called Deep Feeling, and they're sort of like a kind of a British freak beat band, I guess. They really only put out a couple singles. The big one is Pretty Colors, which you see cropping up every once in a while on sort of. Oh man, I keep getting text messages and calls. This is like the 5th time I've recorded the video, so I'm gonna leave that in. So anyhow, Jim Capaldi was in the Deep Feeling, so definitely if you ever see that, it's worth checking out. It's sort of like, it had sort of like a Santana feel to him. There was like congos in the band, which is just kind of really unheard of for kind of like freak beat bands. So, but again, this is a great album. Dear Mr. Fantasy, just a huge track off of the album. I think it's just one of the greatest songs of all time, and I was so excited to find this album. It's one of those ones that you're just kind of like flipping through, and it's just like crap for like 30 records, and then just boom, this one was in the back. So, in really good shape. And one thing that's really cool, this has the original United Artists. Like, this is how you know it's like a 60s pressing. Look at that. Look how awesome that is. I love that. So. But day number 7, I'm just going to devour some more records, probably drink some more pumpkin beer, and just have myself a nice little day, nice relaxing day. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.